Hey guys, it is Chris here with Chris's Creative Life, and I've got some fun today. We're going to assemble a card kit. It's actually been a really long time since we've done that. So this card kit is not new from Stampin' Up. It's called Lots of Love Kit. So I've had it sitting here for a really long time because it came in and it literally went out of stock. So I happened to notice today that it's back in stock. So I thought, let's create one of the sets of cards because I've unwrapped the shrink wrap, and then, like I said, then it went out of stock. So it's just been sitting here waiting. So I think today is the day. So I'm going to add my desk in here. If you guys have any questions along the way, make sure to ask. And we're just going to make a couple of pretty cards. So also today is actually June the 2nd. I had to actually look at the calendar, 2026. And Stampin' Up! Just also launched 2 new card kits. I've ordered them, so maybe we'll take a look at them sooner versus later. But they're very pretty. So I really like card kits for a lot of reasons. Well, I like the kits program, period, for a lot of reasons. I also really quite enjoyed the two scrapbooking kits that Stampin' Up! Has had so far. But the kits, it's like literally everything you need in a box. So, right, during the summer, when we're traveling, you could take a box and have something to do, right? Just to fill that like few minutes of quiet that you might have by yourself. They're perfect like to take to the lake with you, on a car ride, camping, on a plane, all of those things. So if you're ever looking for something that is super user-friendly, so it's also a nice way to start somebody's crafting. And once somebody gets the bug, they're just gonna like keep on going. So I'm gonna add my desk in here. We're gonna take a look at my half-opened box, and we will set up and assemble a set of cards. Whoa, everything's super wonky, but like sketch camp was last week, right? So everything's a little bit like crazy in my studio still. But this is the card kit, so I'm going to assemble one of each, and they're really pretty. I love the fact that like they're the nice bright colors. That's totally like in my wheelhouse, right? So like I said, I opened it and then literally it was gone. But let me just share my video also into my group here. I did have a couple of days. One day when I was doing sketch camp, I had super hard time with my live. So I'm just double checking that everything is good. It looks like I am where I am supposed to be. So I will take that. Awesome. Okay. I'm just going to share it into a couple places. And then, because I like this kit so much, I thought, why don't we do something a little bit different? So, and I don't think I've ever done this either. So for everybody that places a minimum of a $40 order in the next week, so today's the 2nd, so the 2nd through the 9th, I will send you one set of the cards for you to create yourself, because I don't want to create them for you. I want you to feel like the good part of the creating part, right? Of the creating. So if you need to know the link to my shopping websites in the description, and I will add it into the comments after also. Actually, maybe I'll just do it right now. I think I can. But it's Chris Robertson .stampinup.net. So I did add it into the comments, but as always, if you guys have any questions along the way, just ask, and we'll get to picking our parts and pieces, right? So there's 3 separate cards. And so the fun thing about if I send you these this week, right, you can assemble them yourself because there's actually no stamping involved in this kit. So some of the kits are stamping kits and then some of the kits are non-stamping kits. So this is a non-stamping kit. Sorry, I'm like concentrating on opening the Ziploc. So I have my little foam adhesive and our embellishment here. So I was actually going to look. So the coordinating colors are basic beige, darling duckling. These little dots must be darling duckling. Fresh fuchsia, pretty peacock, strawberry slush, and timid tiger. So, and I thought they were just really, really pretty. Okay. So, like I said, this is as far as I got before they went out of stock. So, I got the shrink wrap taken off of them. Oh, and then, so we've got dots and then foam adhesive. So, you get 3 of these. You make 3 of each cards if you order the kit, right? There's envelopes for all of them. They feel very nice. They're like you know, when you get like wedding invitation in the mail, they're like that. That's what the envelopes feel like. So there's envelopes for all of them. Oh, we've got lots of foam adhesive. Fun. Okay, so then this is, we've got 2 more card bases in here. So that's number 2. And then this is number 1. Okay. And then these are all the parts and pieces. We'll just put the chipboard aside for right now. Okay. So, and this is, like, I love the fact that, right, all you have to do is literally punch them out depending on your language, right? Here in Canada, we have lots of French-speaking people, so you can order the kit and still do it. Then the other languages, I think this must be also Dutch. It probably says on here, Chris. Why don't you read it? I actually would probably have to go back to the product description because I don't see it on here. But I know the English and the French for sure because I know those languages. Okay, so we'll punch out 1 of each of the sentiments. Oh, I should really pay attention to what I'm doing. Here we go. Thanks, lots and lots. Excited for you. And then the other one is hello, dear friend, right? So some great, fun, generic sentiments. And if you wanted to send different cards, you can always switch out the sentiments, right? You don't have to use the ones that you have. You could stamp on a piece of paper and cut out a different one, right? Okay. So this is card number 1. So the pieces we need for it are these. So these are like laser cut dies. They're beautiful. So we have the 2 flowers, the timid tiger, strawberry slush, and then we have these little fresh freesia ones. And then 2 sets of 2 leaves and a single. Okay, so I think that's what we need for card number 1. Oh, and this piece. So, like I said, they're all laser cut. They're beautiful. Okay, so we will put this up here. And then we have card number 2. And this is the hello. The first one is the thanks. And for this we need, so 2 of the 3 flowers. 2 of the 3 flowers. and 2 of the double flowers. And can you tell the prescription on my glasses has changed as I have to bring everything closer to see, and I have to make sure my glasses are clean at all times when driving. So I just need to go find new frames, and I hate looking for new frames. It is like an ordeal. Okay, so these ones, we need the pretty leaves. So in all the colors. Okay, so now we are ready to go. Oh, except for I did not. So that is for this one. And then the one with the 4 slots is for card number 2. There we go. Okay, so let's start with card number 1. And we will work our way through. So where is your favorite place to craft? Like, these are also great to like if you were going to a retreat or whatever, they're great like little extra projects to have in your bag, just in case you run out of like other things to work on, right? Has that ever happened? I don't know. I always have lots of projects, but just in case, you know, you had something like you ran out of things to do, these would be a great little project to have with you. So these are just flat, right? It's printed on there. So we are going to add the strips of adhesive on the 4 sides. Okay, so then let's move this. Let's move the box out of the way. We don't need that anymore, right? Okay, so then we have the flowers, and we're going to need some okay, so we need 1 on there, and I need to add a little bit of I'm not going to do a glue dot on there. I saved the glue dots and use them in other places and just use regular adhesive because it's just as fast for me. But you do have all the things if you need them. So here are, I'll add some on the leaves. And then each flower gets 1 and the single leaf. So 1 just into the center and 1 there. I think I'm going to have to stand up so I can actually line this up. Okay, and this piece is the same size as the front. Okay, and then we will add our flowers in. So I like the fact that, right, they're not supposed to be like exact. They kind of create like that shadow look going on. So then we have 2 up here. And then, and like, look at the detail of those cuts, right? Then we're going to put like our timid tiger piece here and the strawberry slush. And then our single leaf goes over here. Right, and I said, remember, I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to this side. And it just fits in down here. Just like that. And then we can put our dots on. So the big ones on the bigger flowers. Just scooch that one along. There we go. And 2 littles on the little flowers. There we go. Very pretty. It would look super pretty with a little bit of Winkostella or some splattering in the like coordinating colors. So there's always options. Like, just because like a kit, somebody might think a kit is easy, right? Then it just allows you also time to do extra things if you wanted, right? So if you're more of like an avid crafter and you're more about the details, right? Don't think that just by using a kit that you can't elevate the cards either. So you can change them into alternate projects, right? You can add something just even to little things that would enhance the kit. Okay, so foam tape. Kind of fun that they're exactly the right size that you need, right? They do all the thinking, the designing. All you have to do is actually assemble them, which is actually the fun part, right? Like, that's the enjoyable part. That's the part that soothes the soul, right? We can get lost in just the assembling, right? You don't have to worry so much. Okay, so then all of these have foam on them and the hello. So pretty. So I'd also love to hear if you have a favorite kit from the last little while from Stampin' Up. So The 3 flowers go on the 3 flowers, and the 2 flowers go on the 2 flowers, and then we will add our dots, and card number 2 is done. So these are all small. So the set of cards is almost kind of like a little mini shadow box, really. It's what it feels like to me. There we go. Really pretty. Okay, so card number 2 is done. Last card. See how we are just whipping through. Okay. So we'll put our long strips of adhesive, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Okay, so our 3D dimensionals go on each end. Oh no, 1 here and 1 in like the middle, right here. Yeah, and then I'll add some adhesive after, but we'll do these first. So it's a pretty peacock in the middle first. Then my tiger and strawberry slush. I do love these in colors from last year. Pretty Peacock is not an in color from last year, but the other strawberry slush, the darling duckling, timid tiger are. There we go. Oh, and there's no dots on this one. Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of adhesive. And I just need to move this slightly so that I can get this where I want it. There we go. And card number 3. So aren't those pretty? Like, so easy to put together. They're beautiful cards. And when you look at them, like, you can see the quality. Like I said, the envelopes feel like they would be something you would get with a wedding invitation, right? They've got that textured feeling to them. So they are right here. So don't forget, if you place an order between today, June the 2nd, and June the 9th, for $40 or more, I will send you the parts and pieces so you can put together one set. So 1, 2, 3, one set of the cards from the Lots of Love Kits collection. So have an awesome day, guys. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.